Okay.
Hello. So we got to press 1225. One, two. Hit the unlock button. Chance, stop. What's up, y'all? Yeah, buddy. We on. How everybody doing? Really, we just waiting for Lamont right now. I'm here. Hi, man. How everybody doing, man? What's going on? As y'all can see, this week topic is power of protecting your peace. So while Lamont getting ready, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just throw something out there. Did y'all know that this whole term, right? When we was growing up, nobody really talked about I'm trying to protect my peace. I don't know. This is a new term that I'm hearing, where people talk about protecting their peace, and just based on my opinion, it'd be the most hell raisers who trying to protect peace. I'm just gonna sit that right there, guys. Just gonna sit that right there. But y'all let us know like what y'all think about what's y'all definition of just protecting your peace and all that. Shout out to the viewers on Twitch. Who we got? We got some viewers on Twitch right now. Facebook. We about to get it going though, man. My bad. Oh, that's Mr. Julio Taylor. What's up, man? What you doing with yourself, man? I think he might have jumped out. We got my homie on there, man. Childhood friend Julio, Mr. Julio Taylor. Yeah, man. Oh, okay, okay. So while Lamont get ready, I guess I'm here solo today, man. So y'all tap in, y'all make sure y'all share the live and stuff like that. So we was gonna talk about protecting your peace. And one thing, that I had wanted to say about, protecting your peace and just stuff like that is that since this term has become popular, a lot of people be saying, I'm protecting my peace. But the thing is, are you bringing peace? I think that was one thing that I had to learn to deal with myself. Are you creating peaceful environments? You know what I'm saying? Are you creating peaceful conversations? Are you creating a peaceful presence overall? And I think that most times people want their peace protected, but they just really ain't peaceful people. Like they don't have a peaceful way of approaching certain things. So what I begin to do, even in my personal life, man, I try to like approach situations. I have to be calm. You know what I'm saying? If you're really trying to protect your peace, sometimes you have to say, hey, you know what? You're right. I'm gonna leave that alone. A lot of people, they haven't learned the art of silence. So I don't even see how they could learn the art of protecting their peace. If you can see somebody doing something, right, that doesn't have a direct effect on you, why you gotta say something? It's some people who just cannot, for the life of them, just say, hey, you know what? They ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm gonna leave that alone. They gotta step in. Some people just have to say something. And I think that's what disturbs their peace most of all. All right, we got my co-host who just showed up.
I had to get ready. I got a lot going on when it comes to setting up cameras and using different type of cameras so that we can get a better view and get a better quality of a video. So I did pick this topic because, like Smoke said, I was one of those hell raisers that was disrupting people's peace. So now at this point, I have educated myself and I have went through the peace stage of really seeing and knowing where I should be at. So let's give you my definition of what is peace. What does peace actually means to me? Defining peace: inner calm, mental clarity, and emotionally balance. It's not isolation. It's being to yourself and knowing who deserves access to you. And when I say access, meaning that when I come home now, this is my safe haven. Like I live here by myself, and I'm the only one that can disrupt my peace. So that's what we mean by peace. Like I heard Smoke when I was getting ready saying about, are you bringing peace? So I really didn't know what peace was because I wasn't the one that was bringing peace. So now, since I'm in the stage of protecting my own peace, guess what? I really, really want to protect my peace. So,
Right.
so that's when it goes back to do people really know what peace is? Do people understand what peace is? Tell me what you think, Smoke.
I mean, honestly, I don't think that people do know like like what real peace is. For some reason, I just don't, because this just from my experience. I noticed that, right? People have to engage themselves in things. People have to insert their self in things that disrupts their peace.
I agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like at work, right? And I have been guilty of this, but I also have been guilty of not doing this. Like people could be talking. Like you might hear somebody saying, boy, I put my face in some ass last night. And even though it's not an appropriate conversation, at that point in time, you can choose to put your headphones on and ignore it, or you can choose to say, hey man, you ain't supposed to have that type of conversation at work. And I don't know, it just hurts some people to let it go. Some people just have to say something. And I feel like having those different walks of life and stuff like that, that stuff is disrupting a lot of people's peace, man.
No, I agree with you. Like sometimes I feel like a lot of peace, the real cost involved in protecting your peace, man. Sometimes you gotta lose relationships, sometimes you gotta lose friends, sometimes you gotta lose family members, because no one's never gonna understand what your peace means to you until they really realize what peace is. So like I said, Smoke, I really had to go through my life-changing event to understand what peace really was. Like if I want to disrupt my peace, let me do that. Like, I don't feel no one has the right to come into anyone's life and disrupt no one's peace, man. And the reason I say that is because of the reason is that people have their own narratives for their own life. And guess what? My narrative might not line up with your narrative, if that makes sense.
True.
If that makes sense. So, and a lot of it comes from being misunderstood. Like, I hear a lot, like I have a communications issue.
You got
like
a communication issue.
Like I can't communicate. Like a lot of people say I can't communicate.
They say that you can't?
Yeah, they say I can't. But I treat it as my understanding is my truth to me.
Right.
And what I understand, you may not understand. You may not see it the same way I see it. You may see it from a different perspective.
And you know what? I think when people not understood, it frustrates them.
Yeah, I got you.
I get that, but sometimes you really have to let it go.
You do. You gotta let go.
If I say something, if I say something, or if I want to do something, people gonna have their opinion about it.
Always.
And it's really nothing I can do.
And nothing you could do or say.
And it's not, and it's not nothing that at this point it's nothing that I want to do.
Nah,
it ain't nothing that I want to do to change people's perception about me. And I'm gonna tell you from experience what has happened. You know, I have I had two baby moms, a wife, and two daughters. So picture all that female energy. I have a sister, aunts, cousins, females. Sometimes they get mad. Yeah. Well, they get mad. Just put it like that. They get mad and they act a certain way and they do certain things, and I'll be like, damn, well, why did you do that? And then, you know, they go silent or they go missing. Come back a couple days later or years later, act like nothing happened.
Facts.
So my thing is it really worth me getting mad over? If they just not, half the time they may not even acknowledge what the hell they did.
Yeah, facts. A lot of people
real.
don't acknowledge because, like, I think from my perspective, and only can speak for me, a lot of it came from being misunderstood.
Right.
A lot of people call me different. A lot of people call me like self-centered or anything that got to do with things that's not aligned with them. Like, my peace is my peace, and I just realized what peace really was, man.
True.
And people even call me selfish. But at that point, I didn't understand what peace meant. So now at this point, I understand what peace means. So guess what? I don't feel like I'm selfish. I'm just protecting what was rightfully mine.
True.
Now my peace is mine, and I don't gotta pay nobody for my peace. I ain't gotta ask nobody for my peace. I demand my peace. I demand my peace. And the reason I got the right to say that, because like you said, Hellraisers are the main ones that was complaining about protecting their peace. So now at this point, look, I don't want to disrupt nobody's peace. I don't want to argue with nobody. I don't want to fight with nobody. I don't want no disagreement with nobody just because of the way I feel about my peace.
And you know what? You know what too? A lot of times I notice that people aren't worried about the next person's peace.
They're not.
Now, I do realize that you are around people and you have to be like, hey, I ain't gonna do that. But how many times have I disrupted someone else's peace and have wanted peace in return? That's a deep concept, because you might come in the house and be like, man, and not knowing that you disrupted somebody else's peace.
You don't, but you never know.
So I hear people say that all the time. Somebody be like, well, I just called and I want to say this. And you be like, well, damn, that's the way to start a Sunday. And then in the call by saying, and I ain't gonna let nobody disrupt my peace. After you called me with this bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
After you called me with this bullshit, you gonna talk about your peace.
But that comes from people not understanding other people's peace, man. That's where I come from with it. That's my main thing. Like, if you really want to know, like, how I really feel about it, like, peace is like time. You know what I'm saying? Peace is like time. Once your peace is broken, you'll never get it back unless you demand it back. Like, that's how come these days now, people may not understand where I'm coming from. Like, I set my expectations. You can call them boundaries, or you can call them whatever you want to call them. But my expectations is to not let myself down. Keep my understanding and everything that I do at a level where my peace is protected. Where my peace is protected. And when I say my peace needs to be protected, because when I'm not stable and I'm not at peace, nothing goes right for me, man. How you feel, Smoke?
I mean, I feel like in this world, right? I've done a lot of wrong. I've been out there. I've had some hard lessons. I had some things that I had to overcome, some things that I am overcoming. And regardless of what anyone else says, regardless of what anyone else does, I feel like when you're honest, when you're direct about how you feel, because well, let me just finish it. When you're direct about how you feel, when you stand for something, when you're doing things that you believe in, when you're chasing your dreams, I feel that you just sleep better at night.
You do.
You know, if I did something to you, right, that excuse me, if I did something to you, right, and in my heart I knew it was wrong, at the end of the day, of course I got to keep waking up unless I kill myself.
Facts.
But as I wake up these days, I really do feel like, damn, man, like I fucked over a good person. If you're being real, a lot of people don't be real.
They don't know how to be.
But for the most part, when you're in that and you know you've done something wrong, like this, what women don't understand, and I do want to say this. We ain't gonna stay there, but I do want to say this, right? Women be like, okay, they always say, why do men cheat? Or men cheat for this, or men cheat for that. Man, I think that men don't wake up in the morning and say, I'm a cheat. And I think that any man who has someone who they know that don't, like, when you see the results of your cheating and what it does to your significant other, I think that changes. I ain't saying it's gonna stop you from cheating. Maybe you don't want them to find out, but it does have an effect, don't it? And a lot of women say, "Oh, I can't stay with a man after he cheats," and women don't get on me for this, okay? I'm just being as honest as I can. Sometimes a man has to cheat to see the effect it has on you. I don't know. I'm just saying, once you see somebody that you fuck with hurt, sometimes you just gotta be like, oh man, I never want to do that again, dog. That's fucked up. I don't want to do that no more. That's it. That's not the kind of life I want to live. And so, you know, ladies, don't kill me, but you know, I'm being honest now. I'm being honest. So a lot of times, you know, people just not really focused on someone else's peace. You know, people just are moving like robotically. Like nobody's going out of their specific way to be like, hey, how you doing? You all right? Like, and I learned that. It's not just you waking up and minding your business and think, oh yeah, I'm a good person. No, it comes with actions. Like when I get up in the morning, I wake my son up, I look him in his eye and say, hey man, you're all right, how did you sleep? And you know what I noticed? Now, when I come home from work and he sees me, the first thing he does is, hey, you had a good day at work? He didn't ask me that when I wasn't putting that out. Now when I ask him, hey, what's up, man? How was your day at school? He tell me, and then in return, he's 5. He says, how was your day at work? And I ain't gonna lie, that does something to me. That does something to me, dog.
It should, and it should all the time, for the simple reason of it's giving you something that you installed in him. You bring him peace when you ask him how's his day and how's things been going for him. And the reason I say that is because my little guy, he definitely be on it. He be calling me out the blue like that. I was just calling to check up on you and how your day was doing.
Man, what are you talking about?
You know how much that means?
A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people, man, they don't do that, dog. They don't do it. And you know what, man? It really, like, it just shows a lot of this stuff has to be done with action.
Yeah.
A lot of changes in your life, a lot of different paths of life, you really can't do it without some type of action and effort. Like, it doesn't happen on its own. Like, people be like, oh, I'm a good person, I don't hurt nobody, I don't do this. That don't make you a good person.
That don't make you a good person.
You ain't
done
nothing for nobody. You just came out the house and stayed on your straight and narrow.
That's it.
Why does that make you a good person? Because you never done nothing to nobody. Because in all actuality, you never done anything for nobody.
Nobody, exactly.
So why do you think that makes you a good person? And I think that part of me protecting my peace is making sure that I'm putting that out there. Like, if you do something that bother me, I can say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, man, what you did bothered me. Like, sometimes you just have to tell people, hey, man, you hurt me. So if I act or move a certain way, it's basically because I'm hurt. And I'm just letting you know that. I mean, it doesn't always turn out that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't always get a positive reaction. Because just a lot of people don't be wanting to take accountability, is what people say nowadays. Like, that was always a word that people use for me, but now being accountable for certain things is what people doing.
But I think people still don't got it together. Like, that's one thing I can say. People still don't got it together because, like, peace brings so much, man. It brings so much. Like, sometimes peace requires, like, loneliness. Like, I'm a firm believer of peace requiring loneliness. Like, you need that solitude time by yourself. You need that time by yourself. And it really shows you that peace is a real thing, man. It's a real thing. Like, we're going to go to the comments. I got my first comment. If you provide peace to someone else, they will do the same for you. I agree with you. You can't cheat on your partner, disrupt their peace, and claim that you're in need of your peace. Listen, I truly agree with that. I truly agree with that. And let me tell you why I agree with that is because, like, your partner may not think that whoever's doing the cheating may not think that's disrupting someone's peace. But guess what? Your partner may think you cheating, you yelling, you talking loud is disrupting their peace. That's when it goes back to the misunderstood of another person. And the reason I say that is because, like, once again, at this point, I can honestly say I know what peace really means. Me being in this house alone, nights by myself, I really do think and feel that when I'm at peace, it's the most beautiful thing you can go through, man.
Nah, I mean,
it's the most beautiful thing you can go through. Like, listen, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna mean this. There's no financial cost. There's nothing that you can put on my peace. Saying no to money making opportunity that disrupts your peace. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. Like there's jobs that we have in our lives that disrupts our peace, and we're okay with that. We're okay with that. Like I'm starting to go through stuff just like that in my life, like of meaning, like you can't pay me nothing to disrupt my peace right now, and I'm fighting it, and I fight it every single day. And it's like I gotta survive, I gotta live, but at the end of all of that, man, listen, you can't pay no money to keep my peace in the form of me not being peaceful.
Like, hey, shout out to KJ, man. Shout out to KJ. They said that that's real. People don't take no accountability nowadays. And you know, I ain't gonna lie, I guess it's hard for people. I guess that comes with maturity to be like, hey man, look, I was wrong. I think people hate being wrong. Have you ever been in a full-fledged, like, I don't want to say argument, because you could be having a debate, but have you ever been in a discussion, it's full of emotion, and you looking at the other person like, what you saying is wrong. Are you listening to yourself? And some people will argue you down and never be and be wrong and never say, hey. Now I have been in discussions with people, and in the middle of discussion, I realized to myself, damn, I think they might be right.
Yeah.
And I had to kind of learn to be like, hey, you know what? I ain't gonna lie, I think you're right. You might be right. You might be right with what you saying. Tam, what's up, Tam? Shout out to Tam Chapman checking in. And again, we got the real KJ. They gonna defend themselves to the end because they can't take constructive criticism. And that's another thing. One thing I learned, right? One thing I learned is that when you doing stuff like me, I always rapped. I always I guess I just wasn't normal because as a kid.
I wasn't normal.
Yeah, because as a kid, I realized that I could come up with these things in my head without thinking. Like it was like a second language to me. So I started making music. I was freestyling at 11, like really freestyling. Like my mom, the first time she heard me freestyle and I looked over, it was like seeing your son catch a touchdown in the stadium. Like seeing your child make a touchdown in the stadium. So when I seen that, I just always created things, songs, and even now creating content. And what I understand is that I learned this. Whenever you give someone something to criticize, they are going to criticize.
To the fullest, to the 110%.
Now, those who don't do nothing, those who don't paint, people who don't color, who don't put nothing out, is nothing for anyone to criticize about them. But when you step into this realm of the world and you just creating, people always gonna criticize. And you know what? It may bother you, depending on who criticizes you. You might have your wife say, hey man, I really ain't like that shit. And you know what you have to do? Take a deep breath and be like, that's cool.
Yeah, and keep it moving. It may sound crazy, but it's such a true statement, man. Such a true statement, man. You couldn't have said that no better, Smoke.
And it's not for the weak. When you working on yourself, because I like to use this term all the time, right? A crackhead always gonna be a crackhead, even when they clean. Like people who clean up their life, regardless of what you did, if you used to drink, if you used to smoke crack. Imagine those of you who had prostitutes in your family, or if you had just a loose girl in your family. And that was years ago. Now they got their life together. First thing when you see them, oh yeah, you know she used to be a
like I hate that.
Loose.
I hate that.
What the fuck?
I hate that. Like people do change their lives, man. Instant. Like I was talking to my little nephew the other day, man. Shout out to my little nephew. Subliminal message he sent me saying pretty much like, let's work out. Nigga, you ain't want to work out. You needed somebody to talk to, and I'm happy he did call me. But I told him that sometimes you gotta go through what you go through to realize what's on the other side of the road, man. So like, here goes to my next topic, Smoke, and I think this one's gonna be a big one. The triggers that force you to start guarding your peace. constant chaos, drama, or toxic environment, being stretched too thin emotionally, mentally, spiritually, burnt out from always saying yeah, or past trauma or broken trust. Listen, all of those is a red flag for me right now in my life. Even though I was that one guy that brought the consistent chaos, I was the guy that was stretched too thin. I was also the guy that was also burning out of just saying yeah for no apparent reason. And also my past traumas that affected me so much in my life that made me disrupt other people's peace, man. Other people's peace. And the only thing I can say about that is now at this point, I needed to go through everything that I went through in my life to realize what type of person that I was and the person that I wanted to grow and become. And like Smoke said, it's hard. It's super hard. Super hard. Like sometimes like you gotta say when is when. When is when, or make a decision, man, and make a decision on what you're gonna do, how you're gonna do it, and how you're gonna live your life.
Yeah, and that's really like what it comes down to. You know, even though when y'all look at the title, it's like the power of protecting your peace. Lamont came up with the title. But I think that the whole point is actually being peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you walk into a room, you could go in your corner and just be you or do you. You know what I'm saying? I think protecting your peace means just not creating unpeaceful things for others. You know, and that may take a long time. I just hold on. If y'all look at this comment from the real KJ, it says you need that isolation.
Yeah, you do.
Regain control of things. It's some people, right? Like, you hear this a lot. People be like, oh, I be feeling alone. I do this on my own. I used to say that too. Oh, I ain't got nobody. And then I used to start thinking like, you know what? That ain't a bad thing.
It's not. It's not.
It's not a bad thing all the time to be alone, to have a little solitude. You know, what they call it? Solace. It's a word that means whatever. But yeah, it's nothing wrong with knowing who you are. So when you walk into a chaotic situation, you can be like, "Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really vibe this. I'm step back. I'm gonna let y'all have that."
Yeah,
it's nothing wrong with that. But you ever met one of those people who gotta straighten something out? You know what? Such and such did this, and you know what? I'm gonna say something about it, and you be looking like, I ain't gonna lie, you don't really have to.
You ain't gotta say nothing. You're making a choice.
You don't really have to say something about it. And then it comes out, like once they say something about it, oh, can you believe that such and such cussed me out? Why? Because I said something about what they did. So was it worth it? You could not have said anything.
Yeah, could have just kept your mouth closed.
Right.
But that goes to the next topic of what you were just talking about. You could have said something or you could have not said something. Peace is a discipline, not a feeling. How real conversations with love and having real conversations with love and honesty, learning to say no without explaining yourself every time, taking accountability for your energy and your reaction. That goes back to what Smoke said. Some stuff I'm just not commenting on. I'm not going to comment on it because if it's not dealing with me or it's pertaining to me and it's not going to affect me, I really don't care no more, Smoke. If it ain't affecting my surroundings, I really don't care. Like I just said, peace is a discipline, not a feeling, man. And I think a lot of people go off of feelings, man. And like you got to have discipline to protect your own peace and give peace to others, man.
Should we pull up the definition of peace? I think you just got me into my investigative.
Nah, go for it. Like I'm with you.
Because I actually, right? Because a lot of words people be using out of context anyway. Because like the first time I heard somebody use narcissism, you know the first thing I thought about? I don't think women notice that when they use this word narcissist. Remember the Lex Luger from wrestling?
Yeah.
When he changed his name to the Narcissist? And it kind of gave you an outlook of what that means. So I was like, hey, you know that when you be describing what narcissists mean, that it's really not how y'all using it.
Nah, yeah.
Like a narcissist is like, but anyway, let's look up the definition of peace. Exactly, to make sure that I ain't flying the gun. Hold on, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm gonna share the screen with y'all just so we could, you know what I'm saying, just get into that. Yeah, we use our brain a little time on this podcast. I don't want y'all to think that we ain't about to learn nothing. No, when you tune into this motherfucker, you might learn something. All right. So the definition of peace, the official definition, I'm assuming, is freedom from disturbance, tranquility. That's the first one. 2, and it's a noun. The state or period in which there is no war or war has ended. So that's one word, one way to use it. Free from disturbance. So when somebody say, I ain't gonna let nobody disturb my peace, that's kind of like peace in itself is being free from disturbance.
I agree.
So it's impossible for someone to disturb your peace.
Yeah, because it's a discipline.
Because you can come and be like Lamont said, as long as you don't put your hands on me.
Yeah, as long as you put your hands on me.
I don't feel like
man.
that, but Lamont, he definitely feels like.
I feel like that, man. As long as you ain't put your hands on me, man, I'm peaceful. You can say everything you want to say.
Yeah, and
you can say everything you want to say right now.
I actually just told my daughter this. Was it this morning? It might have been last night because her birthday had recently passed, and she asked me how it was. I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I be going through a lot.
Yeah, we all do.
But I feel good. Like I feel blessed. I put this up the other day, and I think I'm actually experiencing peace because I don't really let things stress me.
Sure.
It's like if certain things can happen, they happen. I ain't saying I ain't putting in the effort.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing out content, and really, this content is therapy. The more videos I post, the less I have to talk to people. I ain't lying.
Yeah,
I just the conversations be minimum, and honestly, I could have a shitty day. Like I be seeing people at work be stressed, and I be like, man, one thing I'm not gonna do is take this home with me.
Nah, yeah.
And they think because you may voice your opinion, like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, that's not right. Or don't let it get to you. No, it ain't get to me. But I'm just saying, it's not right. So I am one of those people who speak out, but I know how to mind my business too. It's to the point, like it's a balance where they'll look and say, hey Palmer, what do you think? You sure?
You want to know my opinion?
I can sit this one out if need be. But I can also get in it too.
Nah, yeah.
And so a lot of times I think that people don't really think about whether they should be in it or not. I think they just go for it. And I think that a lot of times we should just sit things out or let things play out. Everything doesn't need our correction. Everything don't need our energy.
Hey, look, I think breaking peace it just doesn't come from people as well. I think it's a lot to do with our daily choices, what we watch, what we listen to, and what we engage in. Like, I don't watch TV no more because I don't want to watch the news. Every time you turn on the news, and then another thing, since I've been on this content creation thing, man, I've pulled away from a lot of social media sites because, like, I can open up my phone and my past, the things that I watch, the algorithms from Facebook to TikTok to YouTube Shorts or whatever it is, my algorithm is starting to show me things that I used to watch of fights, the news, a lot of things that was mentally messing me up, but I didn't realize that it was doing that to me until I got into this space where I'm at now of wanting to have my peace. So guess what? I'm not on social media like that. I'm on social media to post everything that I'm posting. I'm not strolling on social media like I used to, just looking at other people's feed or doing anything like that. So when I say peace is a discipline, like I'm watching what I want to watch that's going to bring me peace. or happiness. I'm engaging in things that I want to engage in that's going to bring me my peace and my happiness. So, like, it goes back to, once again, discipline is a choice. Peace is a choice, and discipline to protect your own, man. Like, I think that's what we feeling, and that's what we're losing at.
And the crazy part is, it's not something. Oh, hold on. Shout out to the real KJ again, man. That's real. Stop carrying. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, I start telling people don't mention it or bring it up.
Yeah,
like
facts.
I remember, I always used to tell. I always used to say this to my wife, like, I don't gossip. And it started to be like a joke, or where he don't be liking to gossip, and he don't be liking to, when I come to him telling him about my friends. I mean, I don't know, but it's kind of like, it don't, even though it's your friend, it don't necessarily have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if she's making a bad decision, it's not like I could be like, oh shit, let me pull her to the side and kind of, no, I mean, either way, I'm just listening.
Yeah, facts.
I'm just listening. Maybe we should talk about stocks. Maybe we should talk about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling? Who's your favorite actress? Your favorite, you know what I'm saying? But I do get it that sometimes we take a lot of people's problems that's our own. And I think, like, if you're that type of person, if you want to have peace, you have to stop taking in these extra problems.
Yeah.
Because it could fuck you up.
Nah, I agree with you.
Like, if you have somebody going, like, I'm the type of person, right? Like, if you told me, hey man, I can't pay my mortgage, and I'm fucked up, I ain't gonna lie, whether I can help you or not, I just walked away from the conversation just feeling like, damn, man, that's fucked up, man. I can't pay his mortgage and shit. I just wish it was something I could do.
Yeah.
And that's really like the person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Like, being that person, I know that it's a word for it too, man. It's a word where you can feel other people's pain. I don't know. You think we should try AI?
However you want to do
it. If y'all ain't using AI, man, y'all better start. Hold on. Go ahead, Lamont.
Mm-hmm.
Siri, what is the word for when you could feel other people's pain?
What Siri saying?
Sympathy pain is a term that refers to feeling physical or psychological symptoms from witnessing someone else's discomfort. Okay, I guess that's what they call it, sympathy pain. And that's how I feel, man. Like, when I be seeing people go through it, like, just in life, period, it be stuff going on, and I be feeling it, man. It can make me have a down day. Like, if I watch the news or something,
yeah,
it's just a lot of stuff, man.
Hey, look, we've been on for 43 minutes already. I know we haven't even asked for any engagement from the audience or whatever, whoever's out there watching. Like I always tell you guys, I don't care one person out here watching and get something from our podcast, from Mirror Conversation. I'm happy with that. Yes, so I ask all the people that's watching now, share it, tag some people in, do whatever you got to do, like, subscribe, talk, do whatever you want to do when it comes to engagement that we look for, because we know there's somebody out here that needs this help. So he goes to my next topic: how to protect your peace without burning bridges. Having real conversations with love and honesty, learning to say no without explaining yourself every time, taking accountability of your own energy and reactions, man. Like I said that before, like that's without burning bridges, man. How to say no without explaining yourself, and like have real conversations with love and honesty, man. Like the love and honesty is really setting the expectations and setting your boundaries of what should be done and what can't be done to you when it comes to your peace, man.
And now, even though he said that, sometimes I do want to say this: don't be afraid to burn those bridges neither. Because I really be feeling like people get into it with you just to burn a bridge anyway.
I agree with you on that.
Because I had a situation in my family where we were having like a family dispute, and I actually like pulled the family member to the side and was like, "Hey man, this what happened." And you know, they had put like, you know, some personal stuff about us on Facebook. And I had like just told them like, hey. And matter of fact, when I seen the post, I was calling them and they ain't answering me. So I had to respond on the post like, what the fuck you doing? So then they called me. now once I get with the bullshit, now and you know how I get.
Yeah,
so I get under the post like, what the fuck you talking about? Like, what you got going on? So we had a conversation, and you know, I felt good about the conversation. And you know, I knew this person like most of my life. And after the conversation, they blocked me still after having the conversation. So sometimes I think people be wanting to fall out with you. And this is my new motto. I am not disposable. You ain't gonna find another me, man. You not gonna find another me. So I'm telling you right now, if I come to you and give you the benefit of the doubt, like, hey, you know, I fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? I don't really mean no harm, but you kind of misinterpreted what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So just to let you know, it ain't no problem. Like, I fuck with you. If after that you proceed to act funny with me, I ain't gonna lie. I'ma set the bridge on fire, watch that bitch burn to the ground. I drown before I use that bridge again. Because I ain't disposable, dog.
I feel that's a big statement, right?
Don't act like you gonna stop talking to me and find another friend. You gonna have another uncle, or you gonna have another homeboy, and they gonna be like, man, that's bullshit, man. That's bullshit. I just told my homeboy, we was talking. He just did 20, man. Shout out to my dog Hound, man. We had a deep conversation. And you know, he was like, you know, when I went in there, man, that shit said the United States of America versus me.
What?
And he was like, I ain't been or fold. He said, you know how many people bended or folded in situations, and not just criminally or whatever. You know how many people bended or folded in situations and snake their way out of situations? Niggas who don't take care of their mama. Nigga who can't help their sister when she needed. And they see you doing this, a stand-up guy, a solid guy. You think they like that? You think that when they get into certain arguments, somebody be like, oh, yo, bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? They don't like that. So sometimes what we have to realize is sometimes the bridges has to be burned. Because they ain't what I did. Just listen to this little metaphor. The stones and trees and wood that I did to build my bridge. Some people just watched.
Yeah.
Some people waited till the bridge was finished and walked across and said, yeah, boy. And ain't lend a hand, bro. So keep that in mind. Sometimes you just have to be comfortable with cutting a lot of that shit off. And don't think about it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that, because it's a whole bunch of lot of situations that I can honestly say that I have helped build a whole bunch of stuff, but the person that I wasn't even deserving to help build anything when I was really on my own thing, of my own agenda, of worried about my next move instead of worried about the move together. You see how we are with each other now, Smoke? Like we always, I think the bond that we've grown now is totally different than when we were growing up, because like right now, I think we're on a different level. Like I spoke to you about life situations, about 2 weeks ago? About 2 weeks ago when we went out to eat. It was about 2 weeks ago.
It was actually about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, well, whatever amount of time it was, but I think what I told you was gonna bring me peace and where I'm at in life. I told you my situation. And you immediately, not later, I'm talking about immediately jumped on it and was like, hey, I'm on this. And I called you. I called you out the blue and said, hey, Smoke, I really respect that I had a conversation with you, and you didn't even waste no time. You immediately acted on it and started acting different. And now that, I think later on that week, you called me and you were like, oh, you ain't doing nothing, Lamont, you ain't doing this. But I felt that it brought us peace on where we needed to be at, and also it brought us accountability on each other. because you started to hold me accountable and I started to hold you accountable, and it took our life to the next level.
Okay, we got Mrs. Palmer tapping in. What she said, definitely, she at work right now too, y'all. Y'all know she probably want to jump in. Definitely ain't disposable. I'd rather burn the bridge to keep my peace and sanity. Facts.
Now, I agree with you.
Facts.
I agree with you. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, man. Like, I'm telling you, once I realized what peace was, man, like I took life to the next level, man.
I mean,
Hey, send me the link too.
I know, man. My bad, y'all. I ain't sending these links out. That's because I've been trying to save memory on my computer, and it's been kicking me out of a lot of stuff. But yeah, man, it took a while. It took a while for me to, well, just to give y'all like a little brief a brief overview about me for those of you who don't know me, or y'all might be looking from Lamont page and y'all just have no idea who I am.
Yeah.
So I came up in a time, like most kids call it bullying right now, but I came up in a time where when I was young, I was going through a lot of stress. So I had like acne, but I later found out that I actually had eczema. So I wasn't taking care of my skin, and I had like bad acne and stuff like that. And I ain't gonna lie, like girls used to call me ugly, and I used to be kind of like conscious about like how I looked, and thank God for like older dudes I was messing with at the time, like older dudes who helped raise me and shit, and they just was like, man, women don't like looks. They like niggas in Clarks and shit. And it was just funny, like how they broke it down to me. But I just grew up with a tough skin. I came up in an era where if your pants was like a little more wrinkled, if you ain't had creases and shit, niggas would get on you. Like I didn't grow up in a peaceful era where you could just go to school and mind your business, sit in the back of the class. Niggas would be on your ass, man.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of glad my kids don't have to go through that, because it was stressful. Like I did see it break some people, man. And at the end of the day, too, though, I'm kind of mad that my kids can't really experience the difference between serious bullying and just saying, stop bullying me, because my son, he burned that term to the ground, bro. Stop bullying me. And I'm thinking, who's bullying you? They say my clothes are not drippy. And I'm like, bro, shut up. Man. So I kind of had to tell him, hey, man, either you gonna dress for people to rate you, because when you dressing for people to rate you like you at a fashion show, guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get rated.
Yeah.
But when you just wear the stuff that you like, the stuff that you want to wear, you're creating your own style.
Yeah.
And so that's the same thing with peace. You have to be able to not be liked sometimes. Like it's like ranking, right? I ran into some older people who like to be like, oh, yo, cross-eyed ass. I just be like, hey, I don't really play like that, sir. We ain't gonna play like that.
Hey, send me the link to my message, to my phone.
All right. Hold on. I think I can do it too. But yeah, so it does take a while, man, I don't know, man. I don't know how I do it. I guess I'm used to not being liked. You know what I'm saying? Like I just actually grew up in an era where everybody just ain't gonna like you.
You gotta be okay with that.
That's just a fact. Like we used to beef with like just different areas, bro, and it just
And that's the way we grew up, though.
Like that's the way we grew up, bro. Like niggas ain't gonna like you. It ain't nothing you can do about that. So I realize now, like everybody want to be like, nah, I don't really know. You have to do things that make you happy naturally. I think a lot of people be looking for like what's the word? They be looking for validation. And when you seek validation, man, you're gonna always find yourself doing stuff that don't make you happy eternally and shit, man.
That don't make you truly happy.
Right.
That don't make you truly happy, because then you be bouncing around and you're not at peace and you looking for anything.
True.
ain't looking for anything, man. So I don't be knowing, man. I ain't even gonna lie to you, but
especially like when you dealing with like relationships, like whether it's family, people don't even know how to handle themselves.
they don't.
So of course they're gonna judge like how you handle them, and maybe later on they may be like, damn, he was really kind of handling me all right. And then it go back to what I said. At this age, in my 40s, don't bend this corner no more. Once you decide you go, shit, I just need you to stay gone. Because I'm at a point in my life where I'm not doing anything to hurt anyone intentionally. And sometimes you just have people, man, they just push that type of energy off on you, man.
So Smoke, I got one for you on my next topic. It's more for us men. Protecting your peace as a man in a loud world. The pressure is always to be strong, available, or the provider. Why peace looks so different for men, especially over 40, creating space to heal without being labeled as weak.
I think at 40, right? Or anything past the level of maturity, bro. I think that you've made all the mistakes. You can't keep making like a mistake at 46.
Look,
you can't come home at 46 and tell your wife, hey, I fucked up the rent money.
Nah,
you can't do that shit.
I think mistakes are gonna happen. Like, are you gonna continue to make the same mistake? Are you gonna be like, are you gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, like a broken record, or are you gonna just do it one time and fix it?
Right.
Which one? Because like, I get it. Men over 40, here I am. I'm well over 40, and I made one of the biggest mistakes in my life of not seeing things through, not finishing things, getting upset at myself or at others when they call me out on my bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I'm gonna take it all the way back again. Me trying to be in my situation always allowed me to see things from a different perspective and look at things differently. So now I guess what? My peace is everything to me, regardless. My peace is everything to me. So well over 40, yeah, I don't care if someone calls me weak. I don't care if somebody calls me like whatever y'all want to call me. But I'm gonna tell you this though, I stand on business and handling my business every single day.
Right.
Every single day. So if one of them people calling me weak is really disrupting my peace. Now you're looking for engagement. Now you're looking for me to turn into that old guy that I continue to push down and keep him down and don't allow him to come out. You know what I'm saying? So over 40 right now, I live life differently. I live life to the point of wanting to see things differently in my life, because I'm living now as I can do nothing, but I'll know the results if I do nothing. If I try and give it my all, who says I can't be great? Who says I can't be great? Nobody but me. Like on all my posts or my vlogs that I'm doing now, like it's really me versus me. 110%. I ain't fighting with nobody. I ain't fighting with nobody no more. This is my peace and I'm gonna protect it at all costs.
I mean, I feel the same way. You know, sometimes I realize this too. I realize who I open myself up to. You know, and so a lot of people I'm not even gonna open myself up to prevent that. But if I open myself up to you, and then you know you burn me or the bridge is burnt or whatever the case is, Lewis, what's good, man? Shout out to Lou, man. So if I do open myself up to you and you do something that make me feel away, so to prevent me from fucking you up, I'm gonna let you know that I'm about to fuck you up. I gotta give you a warning, man, because I know that in today's time, if this was my younger self, I wouldn't give you the warning.
Yeah.
And I would attack. And that would cause me to do something I would regret.
Hey, Smoke, I don't mean to take it off.
Go ahead.
I don't mean to take it off topic. You know, Lewis is my cousin. You didn't know that, huh?
Oh, for real?
I'm talking about cousin.
I went to Alabama and Jackson with him.
I know. Cousin. You didn't even know that, huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, was y'all claiming each other in school?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, okay. Definitely.
I might have did though.
Yeah, probably.
I might have.
Probably, but cousin, man. Like real talk, man.
I know for a long time. Miss LaShawn, okay.
She jumped on too. Everybody jumping on. Let's
go. Okay.
We sent out links a little bit late, but guess what? We want to hear what y'all gotta say. We done said everything we had to say on our.
It's on y'all now.
We giving it to y'all.
I sent it to wifey too, but she at work today. So y'all go ahead now.
You got to turn up, Smoke.
No, it is turned up, man. It's been low this whole time.
Yeah.
I would say y'all have some really good topics going on today.
Okay, thank you.
Oh yes.
How you been, by the way, Miss LaShawn? How have you been?
Living life on life terms.
Ooh, living life on life terms. Look, I feel you.
Hold on, I'm starting. I think I might have to change the cup for this one.
Change the game, me too.
Hey, we was drinking orange juice,
but
now I think we might have to change the cup.
I'm telling you, and we got two of our loyal listeners and people that engage with us in the podcast on a weekly basis. That's
at
Tamika.
This point, they part of the team.
I'm telling you, Tamika and Sean, both of y'all part of the team. Like, and that's some real. Hey, listen, like, I'm gonna be very honest with you. We're gonna get it together because, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, y'all are on Smoke's theme. Like, my theme is empty. Like, oh boy, I almost dropped it, man. Listen, all of this equipment, I can't be breaking none of it. But like I was just gonna say, man, I appreciate y'all engaging. I appreciate y'all tuning in, taking y'all time to even come and be a part of what we got going on, man. I really appreciate that, and like spreading the word of where we're at and what we're trying to do when it comes to like putting our message out every day. And this was a topic that I really wanted to talk about. And the reason I wanted to talk about it because, like I said, I was once one of those people that was disrupting people's peace and coming in and doing things that I wasn't supposed to be doing and acting like I was that hellraiser that wanted peace, but I was messing up peace, if that makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
So tell me what y'all think. Either one of y'all can go first. Tell me what y'all think about y'all. What's the limit y'all willing to go to protect y'all peace?
You take it away, Tamika.
I think you said something earlier that really resonated with me, and based on the definition of peace that you all provided, I think you have to get to a point sometime where you realize that in order to protect your peace, there are some relationships that have to end. That can be tough sometimes, and even some relationships with lifelong friends, with even our own family members, right? So we have a family that we're assigned to at birth, and we have family by choice. And sometimes protecting our peace requires that the family that we're assigned to, some of those relationships have to be cut off because, sometimes people do hurtful things to you and assume that, we cousins or, that's my mom or my dad, like we're always gonna have you're always going to be there. And sometimes you just have to say, no, you can no longer occupy that space. I'm going to protect my peace and I'm going to love you from afar. So that means that relationship is going to change.
Wow. I actually love that because I know Lamont knows what I just walked out of, what I just let go of. And it was a family member. And for my peace, and I have to thank Mike because he did help me through that when he was like, I kept saying, I'm battling in my mind. It's not a battle when you freely just release, hey, I got to let this person go. I don't care if it's family, friends, kids. I don't care if my peace is being, in jeopardy. I need to remove myself. And now after the removal of that, you have to completely heal all over again.
Definitely, you got to.
Woo!
You got to. And guess what? I hate y'all came in late because now we gotta extend the show to get y'all. Cause right now, Sean, what you said, listen, I ain't gonna tell you no lie, that was some real stuff. Tamika, what you said, that was some real stuff as well. Because our perspective is not always right. My perspective now in my life is I'm going through a learning curve in my life of changing the person that I used to be to the person that I want to be, the man that I really see in my vision. And I at all costs I'm willing to do it, man. And it's like nobody can stop me. Like, who's gonna stop me? Like, who's gonna stop me from protecting my peace? Who's gonna stop me from growing? Who's gonna stop me from moving my life to the next level? Nobody but me. I'm the only one that can stop that. I'm the only one that can stop that. And I know y'all got something like that. Have y'all ever been stopped in protecting y'all peace?
I actually think that we allow our peace to be destructive, and when we become aware, because you know how, and I have this coming from my grandkids. I have one grandchild that's like, oh yeah, every time I talk to that guy, he cussing me out. Well, why are you answering the phone? Why are you engaging? So you have now opened the door to allow yourself to be attacked by these words that's being said. So instead of not answering the phone, so sometimes we do allow our peace to be destructive, you know, and so what do we do at that point? Me, I'm protecting my cause at every angle. So right now it's hard for me because it's a good subject because I'm resetting, restarting, and refocusing to unlearn what I've learned for so many years. So my thinking process right now is under construction.
And to answer that, I think as women, a lot of times as women, we sacrifice our own peace for the greater good of the family, for our partners, for our children. But sometimes, as a mental health advocate, you have to say, I'm no good to anyone unless I take care of me. So sometimes, again, you have to end those relationships. You have to put limitations in place. You have to set boundaries. Some folks are going to be upset in the process, but that's okay because peace of mind is priceless. You know, there's nothing like laying down in the bed and not being able to sleep. That's a miserable feeling. But sometimes we just let we take on everybody's burden. And sometimes you just got to realize that's not my battle to fight. And when we do that, even though we love these people, they have to figure it out. And I have to take care of me because I'm no good to the world. I can't walk in my God-given purpose if I don't take care of myself. And I'm just not willing. I don't know what happened in the 40s. This light bulbs come on because I'm kind of a people pleaser. Want to make sure everybody else is good. You know, I'm a healthcare worker. That's what I do for a living. I'm always taking care of everybody else. So I'm finally at the point in life where I say, no, I'm putting me first.
Yeah. Now we do have a discussion, and I'm glad that you mentioned that. I'm glad that you mentioned that because I think that's true. Finding peace within yourself.
I'm proud of you.
Hey, hold on.
Well, this topic is not a debatable topic.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying? It's only about taking in everyone's opinion about their version of peace. And I think that has to be said more often because as mothers and even as fathers, as leaders, as providers, as whatever role we're playing in life, it's not taught to us to be selfish. Even when you're a kid, they always say, oh, don't be so selfish, you stingy. No. Sometimes at some point in life, you have to just know, hey, this is about me. Because what did they used to call somebody who made things all about them? Conceited.
Selfish. Conceited.
Yeah, it used to be a down thing, but now when you give too much and you're not receiving anything back, now you gotta understand with your life, with your happiness, with your stability, with whatever you working on. You have to be somewhat selfish.
Nah,
You
I
have
don't
to
think
put yourself
you
first.
gotta be selfish. You gotta put yourself first.
You have to, and what I've learned, and I'm going to say what I've learned just in the last 48 hours, and this is something that's hard for me to keep my peace. I now have to awaken something that has never been awoken in me, because I started having kids at 13. So I never actually went after my dreams to even be in peace. I always was people pleasing for everybody else, whether it was the kids, the man, you know what I'm saying? So I want to know what I want to do for myself before the husband, before the boyfriend, before life became chaotic. I want peace within myself. What do I want for myself? And I've never had to answer that question, because it's always been someone else.
So is it okay for me to ask you the question of someone else was disrupting your peace, or you was allowing that person
I was allowing my peace to be destructive. Destructive because I could never fully just concentrate on me, because it was always the significant other. It was always the kids. I never really truly had peace within myself, because I always had a responsibility to the people around me. So I thought.
Okay, so now
how can you get peace when you're trying to fix everyone else?
So now I can truly understand that. So what does peace look like for you right now as we speak today?
What it looks like to me right now, I'm still living in emotions right now, so I'm really the one that can answer that question, because I'm not truly 100% at where I want to be. I'm where I need to be, but not where I want to be.
All right,
so I'm not truly at peace.
So cousin, don't take this the wrong way on what I'm about to say. So is it okay for me to say that you're not making the choice to be peaceful, or you're just happy with where you're at?
I'm not happy with where I'm at. That's why I'm not at peace.
So guess what? That goes back to me being a little hard again. Like, those that know me know I just went through a major life-changing event, and those that know me know that I was messed up. But I'm telling you, one morning, one day, I woke up and I told myself that I was gonna make a decision. I know y'all, everybody on this podcast right now that's listening right now that knows me, I've said this before. Nike has the best slogan. Just do it and stop playing. Stop playing. Stop wasting time. Just do it. Make a decision that's for you, not for no one else.
But the good thing is I'm emotional, meaning that I've made the decision to. The first decision was to accept that I'm not at peace. The second decision was I walked away to gain peace.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I'm in motion of getting that peace at any cost, all costs.
Listen, I'm with you on that.
And like we stated earlier, it doesn't come by yourself.
It don't.
If you wake up and you don't like who's in the mirror, and you have to change yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna come naturally. Like, I'm getting a little older, so I have to go to the gym. I can't just say, man, I want to change this, I want to change that. No, I have to put in the effort. And when it comes to peace, you have to find a reason to smile. I guess me being the only child when I was young, I found peace in just, I can be alone. I can be alone, and I can be okay with that. So when you find people, right? Sometimes we need that alone time. You have people who never spent 2 days by themselves.
I'm telling you.
You have people who never spent 3 days alone. I moved to a city where I was stationed at a city where I didn't know a soul. Literally, and I had to build a foundation solely from scratch, working and on my own. And I found excitement in that. I found excitement in locking in and doing what I had to do. So it's not gonna come without work. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I guess this why women or men ask this: where you see yourself in 5 years? Because somebody, they don't know where they see themselves next week besides going to work.
What do you mean tomorrow? They in that routine of the rat race. Oh, I know I got to get up and go to work tomorrow. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that.
Absolutely.
Like I think peace comes so much more than what we can think of, man. Like I'm starting to find my peace more on the spiritual side as well, man. Getting up, reading my daily verse of the day, getting up, not saying I'm jumping on my knees all every day, because I am human, but I try to talk to God every single day while I'm going throughout my day to bring me peace and asking for peace and allowing me to walk in his word and little things like that. And it's like peace brings me happiness, man. I don't know if y'all feel the same way I am, but peace is bringing me happiness. It's quieting my soul of the person that I used to be, the bad person, the angry person, the self-centered person, the person that was putting my ego first and all of that, man. So now, like, living in this house alone by myself has brought me the most peace and understanding about life than ever. And it only been 1 month. It's only been 1 month.
I have to say that the decision that I made to remove myself from a situation maybe a week ago, I can actually see the complexion coming back into my face. I can actually see my appetite coming back. And like, again, I'm probably in a position, and and I speak truth, facts. I'm authentic as heck. I don't care about judgment. I have placed myself in a homeless state, and I'm more at peace than I was in an apartment a week ago. I'm so much now. I can say I'm further in my mission to peace by standing on my decision. But it took me to not want to accept the chaos that was going on in my mind over and over and over, battling with a decision that I already knew it was the best result for me. So what happens when we know we want the peace, but we don't know how to stand firm on a decision and get that peace for ourselves?
And then I have a question to pose to you all. If someone does disrupt your peace and you disconnect from that person, but some time passes and you reconnect with that person, first of all, should you allow someone that you disconnected from to reconnect to you? Because that person possibly disrupted your peace, so time. There was some time in between. And then would you allow that person back into your world?
That is so crazy. My daughter asked me that question, and I'm gonna answer that on French. I think it's a good idea. My daughter, and I see that I'm still healing from that topic, because my daughter asked me about the person who I removed myself from, because there was a close family member, and I see the reaction that came up out of me. There was anger, there was resentment. So I'm still having to work through that, but I don't think I'm ever crossing that bridge again, because you've already showed me who you were, and it's okay because you were born into my family. That don't mean that you have to stay into my family. I'm okay with releasing it.
I mean, me personally, I think that it depends on where you at.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? To me, forgiveness is eternal. You know? Forgiveness is eternal.
Yeah.
And let's say you disconnect from someone, because I'm all about, don't treat me like I'm disposable. Don't treat me like it's 3 or 4 of me around the corner. That's what we not gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We not gonna even act like that. It's the one and only right here, and you need to value it. And I try to do that. I get that same treatment to people who I think special. Mm-hmm. I tell them, hey man, man, I fuck with you, man. Definitely. So I feel like if you separate from someone and they come back and you in a place where you can be like, hey man, damn, we ain't talking in a while, man. That situation has separated us. It has separated us, and it ain't really need to be like that.
you was on some bullshit. I ain't gonna lie, you was on some bullshit. But you know, I'm at such a place in my life, man. It's good to talk to you, man. It's good to talk to you. And if you want, and you get that off your chest, and you hang up the phone feeling good, like yeah, it was nice talking to them, man. But I ain't gonna lie, well, I don't need to talk to them no more for another 2 years. Or you could take it upon yourself and be like, hey man, what's up, man? Let's go out, man, get some fried chicken, man. Let's go get something to eat. It's up to you. That's what peace is. Having the freedom to really do what make you happy, not because you forced to. Not because you looking at the phone and you saying, I'm gonna ignore this call. No, pick it up. Hello? Hey, what's up, Gene? Man, boy, it's been a long time. What made you call me? Because you know you did me fucked up. I'm at a good place in my life. I don't hold no grudges against you. Like, I do that to people. I say, hey, I don't hold no grudges against you, man. It's all
Now,
good.
if someone was to call me, if they was to call me after some time has went by, but what I'm with Tamika, this if someone has unpurposely disturbed, like intentionally.
Wait, because you know I'm gonna tell y'all up. But I ain't want to cut you off. What if it wasn't purposely that the person did it? Because I'm gonna tell y'all up. What if it wasn't purposely?
But see, when you have facts, it's something totally different.
But facts is like science. What do you have to stand on to bring your facts?
The day before I left, the person's mother was at the door, so she already was losing her mother up here.
Okay, I can understand that. All right, so to answer Tamika's question, right? Like, did you ask yourself, why did that person leave your life? Why did that person walk out of your life? And why did you let them come back in your life? And like, what was the reason? Like, where was your peace without them? That's the question to you, Tamika. Nah, I'm just saying you was the one that came up with it, because I just feel like what you said, like I got a lot to say on that, man.
Ask your question one more time.
Where was your peace without that person after that person left you?
So when that person left, initially my peace was, I couldn't even sleep at night. I was completely disrupted. I was hurt. And then I had to find ways to cope. Like, I just started deleting stuff. Like, I had the person's birthday saved on my phone. I deleted it. I had to start emotionally disconnecting, because everything, I would hear a song, I would go to an event, maybe something that we've done together, and I'm like, man, I remember when I was here with this person, you know what I mean? And so I had to just disconnect to eventually find my peace again.
Okay.
It was hard.
Listen.
We talk about peace, or we talk about all that, but we don't talk about emotions, and emotional attachment that comes along when you allow someone in your space. There's an emotional attachment component to that. And even when you may physically remove the person, that emotional attachment may still be there. And if you don't deal with it in a healthy way, it can be really toxic.
Yes, cut it forward.
Okay, so that goes to my next question. Did their absence give you time to grow, breathe, or see things clearly without them being in your space?
All of the above.
Yes. All of the above.
Okay. Hey, y'all just remember these answers, because y'all gonna answer your own question. Tamika gonna answer her own question.
In that one.
Huh?
You asked the question and answered it all above.
But I ain't answering nothing. Y'all answering that. My question was, did their absence give you room to grow, think, or breathe?
All of the above.
Okay, all of the above. All right. Bringing them back, does it feel it'll be peaceful or pressured? Which one is it?
Not there yet.
That question for Tamika. She was the one that said it.
Okay.
Bringing them back in your life, Do you feel it'll be peaceful or pressure? Which one do you think?
Definitely does not feel pressured. I wouldn't quite say peaceful either, because there's still this fear that, you know, my grandmother always say, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. So there's still that fear in the back of my head, like, remember, this person disrupted your peace. You allow them in your space a second time, are they gonna disrupt your peace again? And if they do, then you're the fool.
Okay, so to go and tell you, people change every day.
Can you guys hear me? Yes, we can.
So,
okay, we hear you now.
So for me to say this one thing, people change every day. People take instant changes, because I was one of those people, like I told you guys, I woke up one morning and I just made a decision, and I've been standing on that decision ever since I made that decision, right? So Tamika, once again, have they changed or just missed the benefit of being around you? Have they showed you that? Have they changed, or they just have missed the benefit of being around you?
I feel confident saying that I do see some change. I do see some change. But fear is real. And again, I know you're going to say fear is a choice.
Boy, fear is an option. It's an option.
Changes.
Fear is actually a bonus that holds.
No, it's not. Fear is a choice. Fear is a choice. I'm going to give you an example. Why fear is a choice. Let me tell you why fear is a choice. You ain't never, even though I know it's the movies, but I know it's people out here. You ain't seeing the movie, somebody got a gun in someone's head, and they be like, oh, you scared now? And that person says, no, I'm not afraid. That's why I say fear is a choice. It's a choice. And it's something that you make a choice on to be afraid. Because I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't trying to act like I'm no gangster or anything, but I ain't scared of nobody. I ain't scared of nobody, or I ain't scared of nothing.
Releasing fear is a hard thing when you grew up in survival mode all your life.
That's cousin. That's why fear is nothing to me.
So the setback question is, what happens? And I'm telling you about me. What happens when you resist the change that you know you need?
Because that's on you. That's on you.
So it makes it hard. It makes it harder. It makes it harder and resistance. And thank you for that again, Mike. Because my one thing about it, he ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing for me. If I call him, he's gonna be straight up with it. And I love that about you.
Straight up.
And I know that a lot of times we do not move because of fear.
Yeah.
We're supposed to move. We do not move. And that's a lot of women that's in abusive relationship, such as myself, whether it be platonic or romantic, we sit still out of fear. Is that person gonna like us that we leave? Is that person gonna, and that was my thing for a long time ago, back to the people please.
Okay, so my next question, even though this is Tamika's little segment, all right, are you different, or does the version of you now still align with that person that left your life?
Ooh.
One thing with me, and I always pride myself on being consistent. My friends and family and people that know me knows that if you do this, Tamika will do this. If Tamika loves you, she will pour into you. She will not know that you have a need that can't be met. She will have your back. I try to be consistent. So, and I don't think we're ever the same person, because we're always growing, learning, and changing through our experiences, right? So have I changed a little bit? I would say yes, I have, from the experience. And it's not all for the good, because when you have a bad experience, you're like, man, okay, I'm not going to let, and nobody can fool me, play that same trick on me again. You understand what I mean?
No, I agree.
So yeah, I've learned, I've grown a little bit, but I think the majority of my response would be, I'm still that same person. I'm still consistent, but I don't think the other person was able to see that prior to them coming back into my life. Now they can see and appreciate me for who I am and what I offer. But I was doing that the first time around, but they weren't in the space to accept me and accept what I had to offer.
I agree. So my next question to you, don't worry, cousin, I got you coming next. Don't worry about it. So
I'm listening now.
So Tamika, have you asked the question? In this return, is the return that person's coming back to you, is it out of loneliness, or is it alignment of what we want, or is it alignment of once you damn, hold on, let me get it out. Or is it alignment of what you once talked about with that person, or is it that person coming back into your life to redrain you again?
Time will tell.
Nah, but that so I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback on that. We always say time will tell, but do you have time to waste?
No, I don't, because the first sign of a red flag that I see, I'm out. And this time it's gonna be, you feel me? I'm like, okay, I disrupted the peace. I allowed you back in. If you come back and disrupt again, that's a permanent Mortal Kombat. Finish him. Ain't no.
So, but
Nah, not the Mortal Kombat finish.
All right. So let me ask you a question. What if that person tells you out of their mouth, it's hey Tamika, this time I came around to grow with you, not drain you. I want us to be aligned with each other. Despite everything that has happened, what's our next move?
That's really a gamble, because I don't let people in that used to be disturbing my peace, and it never worked out good. So I don't think it's like that double back don't always be good.
I mean, I'm right there.
People see who they are. People show you who they are, and I'm not mad, because at the end of the day, people do grow. But sometimes people are in your life for a reason, a season, and a lifetime. You just got to know what the people are for. Sometimes when you let them go, They serve their purpose in your life.
All right, so I'm gonna give y'all my closing topics on Tamika, because since she had this beautiful topic, because listen, one thing I'm gonna close on this, and I'm gonna give my little advice. Huh?
That's why I was surprised earlier on when Smoke agreed with me, because we don't always see eye to eye.
Listen, I agree with you now. Now, don't take this the wrong way. I totally agree with what you're saying. Like when people disrupt people's peace, it's all up to you if you're gonna have that person come back into your life and see things differently. So what I'm thinking of in my life, if I was in your shoes, Tamika, I would definitely test the energy. Like, forget the words that you're speaking that's out of your mouth. Like, I want to feel your energy. I want to feel it. When you say, hey, babe, I love you, I miss you, I do all of this, I want to feel it. I just don't want to hear it. I want you to say, when you say, hey, babe, I miss you, I want to be like, oh, shit, I miss you too, babe. You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of feelings that I look for when a person has left my life and disrupted my peace. I want to feel everything that you say, everything that you feel. I want to feel that. Forget the words. I don't want to hear that BS no more. How you gonna make me feel? How you want to feel? Like, watch their actions. See the consistency. See the consistency.
This is my coincidence, honey. I everything that you're speaking on, I'm telling you, I got in little notes. Like, I no longer care about what you say. I care about
what you do.
You can't fool me with words no more. I need to see action.
Amen, sis.
Okay, hey, how y'all doing? I do have a question.
Oh, there go Chris. There go Chris. He been in the back seat for a long time. What's up, Chris? Welcome to the show, my guy.
So we're talking about actions, right? We no longer care about what they say, but the action.
Exactly.
Now, this action can happen long enough for me to get what I want and get what I need, and then I go back. So how do y'all deal with that, right? Because I might just play my cards long enough because Ray needs somewhere to stay.
Well, I'm like, man, I got to feel your energy, because now I'm on discernment. My discernment is heightened at this time. See, that's what happens when you get a little feeling in, because now you discern, is he gonna play with me, or is he gonna come in, is he coming in being real? You ain't got too many times to do it this time around. The first time you showed me that you didn't grow. And see, that's the fear of letting people in that you have released. Because once I have released you, I'm okay with the detachment. I'm okay if you elevate. I hope that anybody that I touch, that they elevate. But I'm not giving you a second time to show me what you already showed me the first time. I'm just not gonna do that after 50 plus years of my life. I'm ready to move forward. You showed me already in the lower version in that chapter of my life, and that's fine.
If they come back into your life, and they done started the same old BS.
Oh, God, they're gonna be crazy. I'm not stepping down off this crown for nobody no more. You're gonna have to step up this ladder to me. I'm sorry, I'm on elevation. So either you're moving with the way I'm moving, or you left in the old version of me. There's no repeats.
Right.
Y'all so rough. God, dog.
That's called protecting your peace.
Nah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's too toxic out here. I ain't got time for that.
Protect the peace at all costs.
Absolutely.
I mean, and I think that's necessary, but I also think that it's more necessary for us to forgive and move on. You know, I think that now if that person is continuously all right, like for women, you know, let's just say it and call it what it is. You might have a man, he just no good for you. You don't have nothing against him, but he's just not good for you.
Yeah, he might not be the man for you.
And at that point, if he don't realize that and say, damn, you know what? If he doesn't show you something where you like, I never heard him say that before, or he never did this before, maybe he has changed. Then that's what I think that's what I think should be the reason of if you go back or not go back, or deal with people or not deal with people.
You can be proud of people from afar. I was with somebody for 2.5 years. He on wife number 3. I showed how to make his favorite meal. Thank you very much.
I'm in a place in my life.
That's peaceful for you though.
I'm not gonna go back with me. I feel like even with family members, I would just dead the whole relationship, even as a family member who's disturbing my peace. Like, I will love you because you're my family, but I will not deal with you. I will burn that bridge and leave it there.
I agree with you.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't think forgiveness has to be diving back into that person, because I haven't. Go ahead.
But we're not saying we're not forgiving them, because forgiveness is not for them, it's for us. I forgive you, but I'm not gonna let you do it again.
Okay, well, I think we agree, because that's what I'm on. I ain't gonna hold no grudge against you. I ain't even mad, but I gotta stay away from you. And even if you family and you call me, because I have a sister who I don't necessarily speak to, and you know what I'm saying, I don't have no problem with her. You know, but she showed the kind of person that she is, and I showed the kind of person that I am, and we just don't align with each other, and I'm all right with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with that. And so it's not weighing me down. It's not a topic or a subject or something that occurred in my life where it's baggage, because I already know where the correction stands.
You found peace within, and that's where I'm at with my sister. I found peace within. I don't resent the person. I don't hate the person, but I'm okay. I'm okay that you're okay. I'm okay that I'm okay. But we can't go back to that connection anymore.
Nah.
We're not aligned together anymore.
Absolutely. Definitely. So what time is it? It's 2:36, and we appreciate everyone for tapping in. We appreciate y'all for participating. We absolutely love these conversations, and I hope that we all getting something from it. I don't care if it's just us 5 just talking.
The fact, every single Sunday,
And
I'm okay with that.
2 or more come together, baby. When 2 or more come together.
And that's what's important. And that's what's important, because when you really think about it, face to face, see, all of us not in the same place. And that's one thing that I believe in. I believe that when you're confined to one area or one group of people, it's hard to have certain conversations. Like, we got this great big old world and half of us are not even utilizing it. So the fact that we have found people to maybe just get our week started, people to uplift our spirits and say something that may create a change within us. Because Lamont told me something a couple weeks ago, and I was actually like, damn, I could probably try that. And so if it adds value, man, sometimes we have to look above and beyond our immediate environment. So we thank y'all for participating, man, and we thank y'all for y'all time. You know, we about to close it on out.
Well, next week, can y'all please send me a link, because I'm on a different time zone, so I always jump in late.
Nah, yeah, we noticed that.
Oh, okay,
You
got
already
you.
know that.
So we
So-
got to send yours early.
Hey, so my little closing remarks is always protect your growth, and get away from the familiar situations that you've had in the past. The familiar situations that you had in the past. Let all of that go, man, and start your growth and your walk towards your new peace, man. And whatever your new peace looks like, man, you follow that, and you don't let no one disrupt that. And
Absolutely.
you stand on that, like these little young kids say, stand on business on that.
Stand on business.
What I said.
Stand on business. So
Hey,
we appreciate it.
Talking to everybody.
Thank y'all, man. We appreciate it. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday.
Until next time.
Absolutely. Y'all
Next
have a good
week,
one.
1 o'clock, man.
All right, send me a link. All right.
We appreciate y'all.
Take care. Thank you, guys.
Okay, take care, bye. Thank you.